Bogdan Andrusak, data scientist at Kleine Zeitung. You know, the, well, I hear you. I hope people on stream can hear me. People in the chat, please write, do you hear me or do you hear Adrian or you don't hear
Hello,
any
okay,
of us?
microphone
If you
is
don't
working.
write anything, I presume you don't hear anything.
Yeah, microphone should be working now. Bogdan, you should be working now. Yeah, perfect. Okay, hello everybody.
Okay, now I don't hear you, Adrian.
Oh, you don't hear me? Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Fun times. We've doing this course for so many weeks and still audio it doesn't work. Never it works for the first time. Hello, you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. You hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, good. Everybody's hearing everyone, and you're ready to start for the showcase. As always, we use AHA Slides /show, and let's go into it. This Bogdan. So let's go through the showcase, and I think now it should be working. Yeah, Bogdan, tell us what have we experienced for the past 2 months?
Yeah, that was an incredible journey that we took together from knowing nothing about data science to making a first project. It was a nice, long 5 week of lectures and 2 week of projects. So 7 weeks or even 8 weeks we did data science together. So let's just quickly remind us what we learned during our course. So on week 1, we learned about normal distribution, and we learned that cows may produce milk in normal distribution. So if you count all the milk that they produce, it will be normal distribution. Very interesting fact about distribution. Also on week 1, we learned how to count cards and dice to become better gamblers, and maybe if not make money with data science, so we can make money with gambling. Again, we don't endorse gambling at all. So moving to the week 2, we learned about Python and pandas, and also we learned how to deal with dirty data, how to remove garbage from our data and make our data usable. Just like a raccoon going through trash can. On week 3, we learned about good visualization, we learned best practices, how to combine data, how to answer data analytic question in visual way and make beautiful reports. Also, we learned what not to use, like this ugly 3D bar charts and 3D pie charts, which you should never use again. Never use it, because at least in context of the data science. So moving to week 4, we started learning about trees and forests, about decision tree and random forest. We learned how to make classification, and with week 5 we learned how to upload our data to internet so other people can see what we did. And that was the most important lessons of our course. I hope you all learn this and will be able to use it in your future career.
Yes, that was amazing. Crazy weeks we had. So much content. And yeah, we actually not only we did analysis of our data and did learn things, but we also have you to show you some statistics. We did our own analysis on our course. So what you see here is almost the whole world with certain regions, which shows you where do our people come from. And you can see we reach almost, we have almost whole Europe, we have part of Africa. We're just missing some countries here and there who haven't heard of our course. Of course, most of our people heard of our course are from Austria. As you can see here, the point focused in the blue here, but we can see here that we reach a very, very diverse cultures through our course.
Very international.
So in the end of the day, we got 350 registrations. 60% are Austrians, and interesting fact is also 10% are also Kenyans. And we have fellow Kenyan students who are so active in the course, and also a lot of new Kenyans also joined the course quite late, and we are really excited to see their final projects when they're done with the course.
Because data science unites people over the continents, over cultures, and over race.
So first we have some interesting awards. The person who's the most active chatter goes to Ricepao1, and he has been the most active from all of the people in the Twitch chat. Congratulations, Ricepao, for being the most active chatter in the course. So yeah, we had a lot of great fun, and also hopefully, Ricepao, you appreciate our symbolic prize to you for being the most active person. Other facts we have also are emojis we have here in the in our Twitch chat, and we can see most people go with the normal smiley face being the most popular emoji used in the course.
We have some kappa in the end, but you know, typical Twitch chat.
And finally, we have one more prize to award, and that. But before we go to say you who won the prize, we're gonna ask you.
Or what word won the prize?
What word exactly won the prize to be as the most popular word in the chat? We're gonna have an AHA slide quiz.
Yeah.
So
and I think it's the last quiz in this course.
The last thing in this course, and you have to, I guess, more like guess. I would say, not really.
Or maybe like if you remember the whole chat, you can just
Yes, exactly. So come on, join us as to say goodbye. You have our last final quiz together to say goodbyes for good times. Join the quiz as always. It's ahaslides.com and /thistimeshow. I'm gonna write it one more time in the chat. Let's have one final quiz. So the question is, what word is the most popular? And let me just copy paste this here in the chat. Control V. Yeah, okay, here you have it, guys. So let's see how well would you guess. Okay. Let's see, what do you think is the most popular word? Is it thanks, Bogdan, please, or dice? Okay, and everybody, there be these results are amazing. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you see, people will support me even if it's a wrong answer.
They all stand by your side. So yeah, thanks have been the most popular word, but Bogdan wasn't so far away. So here's so yeah, congratulations to the word thanks for being the most popular word in the chat.
And that's a word that we want to tell you. Thanks you for joining us on this journey.
Thank you, really thank you. And also, let's show one more time the leaderboard, even though there's no meaning in this. Good job, Sven, for first place on the leaderboard. So here we really had fun, and we are thank you for joining in our journey. What we see here is it's a word map where you can see the bigger the word is, the more popular it is, and we can see thanks being the most popular. But you can see also Bogdan actually being very often mentioned in the chat. So yeah, okay. How much did our people watch our stream? Well, we did the math, and we have in total 45,000 minutes of watch time from all the people who watched our streams. That's a lot of minutes, and I hope also a lot of learning in those minutes.
Yeah, let's convert it to hours. So if my math is correct, this is 755 hours.
Yes, that's a lot of learning, and if we contribute so many hours in learning for self-development, that's really great, and all proud of you guys. Really good job.
Yeah. Or it's a 31 day of learning.
Oh yes. So we actually broke down some of our statistics. One thing we asked ourselves, how many of the people actually did the assignments currently? So these are the current numbers we have, but I expect end of the month these values to increase, because I guess you all want your certificates. In the first week, 84% of people actually completed the first assignment. And then we can see then a drop to 64, 45, and then 32% for the last week 4 assignment. And
but week 4 may increase because we are still accepting all assignments, so hopefully it will be 84%.
Yes, I hope all of you finish your assignments. Also, I see a lot of final project submissions, so I guess most of you have just some assignments left. If you are struggling with assignments, we also have our Q&A every Thursday from so on. So let's get those assignments completed. Finally, we also researched what percentages do online courses actually get completed. So for Coursera, in average, 4% of people actually finish their course. In Udacity, it's a bit more higher. It's more like 8%. And in average, most massive online courses have a completion ratio of around 6.8%. So we expect, currently what we have, I think it's around 7-8% now, but I think most of you haven't even finished all the assignments. So I think we'll have around, in the end, from 10 to up to 100% completion rate.
Because we have like the best data scientist in the world, as we saw on the map, future best data scientist.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, just one organization before we're gonna go to the top projects to showcase all the projects we liked and love. We're gonna go and talk about some important dates. And first is that don't forget, on the 31st of May, you have to complete all the assignments and the final projects to get your certificate. If you're still struggling with the assignments or with your final project, we have every Thursday at 5 until the end of the month Q&A sessions where you can ask your questions.
And I want to mention about final projects. We received great projects. It was quite hard to evaluate all of them because they were good. All of them were unique in their own style. So we had to look at them and look and evaluate it. But all of them were great. So people who already submitted final projects, there was a lot of great jobs. So I think you can already have it in portfolio. There's some improvements that you can do, but it's a great job overall.
Yes, it was very tough. Oh, amazing! Lot of amazing projects. Really, it was so hard for us. We we were going, okay, this is that, but we evaluate on certain criteria. The first thing is how the project was structured, because that's very important. How you structure your project is also reflects how it's very important also for your day-to-day job. Second is what are your comments, how you described your work steps. Can we understand your thought process? Did you have the right thought process? Then we checked also how you explored the data. Did you explore it enough? Did you ask the right questions? And then finally we explored also things like how you modeled your data. And also we gave bonus points for extra things like, you did make a report, or you maybe tried some new technique for machine learning, or some new visualization types, or maybe you went very deep into you did excellent to a certain particular task, more than required. Those we gave extra points. And today we're going to showcase the best of the best. That said, there's no first place, there's no second place, there's no third place. We're going to divide them into runner-ups. We're going to show 3 projects we could have won, and 3 projects which won. And they're not in any particular order per se, since they're all, as Bogdan said, they're all unique and different.
Yeah. So, especially the honorable mentions that we will present. There's a lot of great job done that was in some ways beyond our course, but in some parts they lacked a little bit to become winners.
Yes. So let's go now to the runner-ups. So the first runner-up is Anton, and with his banking data set. And congrats, Anton. Now, unfortunately, he didn't have. I'm not sure. Could you check maybe someone if he's in Discord? If not,
let's see. Maybe he joined.
I don't think. Yes, he didn't have.
No, I don't see. No. He didn't join.
Okay. Yeah, in that regard, I want to say, Anton, you did a really great job. For me, this is like if everybody this is for me like solid data science, like really principled, not flashy, just doing a good work. And for that, I really respect this project a lot. So Anton took the banking data set for this as his final project. And what I liked about it is actually he explored the data quite okay. He didn't require so much cleaning in that particular data set. But what I liked a lot about this particular project was the modeling. And what I liked is that he went a bit beyond. He did what we showed at the course with cross-validation, random forest. But he went like, oh, you know what? Is there something better? So he tried like some other models and really compared them to each other. He also by training, he observed that some simple models like k nearest neighbors, which we haven't covered, which are more simple algorithms, he saw they have very good results. And then he went really deeper to see how he can optimize those parameters to even get more performance. So for me, this is really solid machine learning modeling. And for this, it definitely, for us, it really is worth for a runner-up. So really, really good job, Anton. I hope this is just the start of you, and really great project. Okay. The second one is Masin, and he did an amazing project about electric motor temperature. And I think Masin is on the Discord. Let me see if he's there.
I think it's she, and I think she is in.
Sorry, she. Yeah.
Our
there. Okay. Yeah. Let's
please join us.
Yeah. Let's leave the chat, Bogdan, and let's continue over there. So okay, let's do this quickly. Okay. Hello, Masin. Could you join?
Masin is not yet in this chat. Maybe she's joining.
Okay, well, until Masin joins, I'm going to talk about the project. So, what I liked about Masin project... Oh, Masin is here. Hello. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear you. We can hear you. First of all, I want to congratulate you for this amazing project, and we really liked how you or like really the project structure is very great, and you explained everything very nicely. Why did you choose this particular data set?
So actually, I'm working on automotive industry, and I'm quite interested in topics like data science applied to manufacturing or to engines in general. So I wanted to find something between my current job and what I want to learn.
What I observed in your project, which I can't say nobody so far did something like this. You did such a throughout report, a really amazing report. It felt like a bachelor thesis to me. What motivated to make a very in-depth report? Well,
Actually, I wanted to make things clear. So I think to explain it, I had to explain a little bit the background, why we do this, and I wanted to have some methodology that makes sense. So for this, I had to explain in more details each step. That's why.
yeah, very great job. I really like the modeling. I think you really did a great, amazing job on the modeling, really making comparing the models to each other. I think we have one final question. And what did you learn? What was your biggest struggle, and what did you learn?
Actually, it's my first year course about data science. So I learned all the basic models that can really do good job on modeling, but also at some point the limits of these models. So maybe we can do a lot of things with very simple models and very quickly. And I also learned that at some point maybe I had to go a little bit deeper and learn maybe other models or other techniques to be more precise.
Messine, thank you very much. It was an amazing project. Um, I'm really impressed for your work, and I'm glad that you learned a lot. This is really good job, and I hope for the future you can take this knowledge and apply it in your day-to-day job.
Thank you very much, and I hope that you can continue doing this. It's a great job. Thank you.
Thank you as well. Okay, so now we're going to the next project, the final follow-up project we have, and unfortunately they couldn't come. And this final project, it's about a beer. And Maximilian and Daniel, both actually students, I think, at the TU Graz, at the university here in Graz, they made this amazing project. And the project was about beer. More precisely, they web scraped data, so they made their own data set from reviews of different beers. And one of the cool things is not only they did a really good analysis of the data, they add one extra thing, and that is they added a beer recommender. So they took the time to build a beer recommender. Let me show you how this might look. Let me see if I can make it work. But they did a really good job. It's a bit hard to see here, but basically it would ask you some questions and then it will suggest you some beer recommendation. And I think this is really nice. It's out of the scope. They really made some basic modeling and then make a nice recommender system. But this is definitely worth showcasing. So Maximilian and Daniel, great job. Really, I like this idea of really pushing your knowledge further on. The questions are actually quite good, so they made sense. And they're not like, so I think the storytelling was on point, and this is really solid project. Do you want to add anything else, Bogdan, to this project?
I would just recommend for them to think about the structure of project next time.
Yes, so even though it was a great project overall, project structure is very important. You put everything in one notebook, and that's not bad per se, but ideally you would separate every step of the project in a different notebook. So I recommend splitting this big notebook into smaller notebooks. Secondly, if you expect someone else to run the web scraper, please keep in mind the path of the data. So this is don't take it like as a harsh critique. This is just something I guess you should know, and it's that the path of your code there should be relatives. So you should not hard code. You should have absolute paths. You should have relative paths. So that's why this one is good, but this one is not ideal. That said, really good job. I really like the idea of making a web scraper and getting your own data. And I hope, just fix the project structure. And that's then from our side, we say this is a really good project. Okay, so we saw 3 amazing runner-up projects. How can we get better? And there are more projects to show. And now we're gonna show the top 3 projects who won a Data Camp account who won the prize. And these are exceptional projects. And Bogdan, I was blown away from not only from the run-up, but also from what these amazing data scientists have done.
Yeah,
so
but it was really hard to decide, on a winner. So a lot of great projects, and here are like what we consider to be the best.
Yes, so for us it was between the runner-ups and these projects, and it was very hard choice from our side. That said, let's go into the project. So now let's show to the top projects of this course. The first one okay, 1 second. The first project which we want to showcase is a project by Christian, which took the UFC dataset, and I think he's also in the chat. Yes. So okay, before he joins the chat, I want to talk about his project. So he took the UFC dataset, and the project is really, really good. There are several things to note about this project. So first of all, one of the big things he did is feature generation. Even though the dataset had so many features, he took the time to find other features which he could use for modeling to predict if a fight got won or lost. And I think this is really, really good in that regard. Data analysis, very solid. Really asking the hard questions in this regarding dataset, and great data visualization. So the visualizations, especially here in this presentation he made, are very solid, tell a story very clearly, and for us this is a winner, definitely a winner. From all of those things combined, I would say this deserves a great place in this. So I would like to invite Christian to join us to talk about. So Christian, are you there?
Vicenzi is there, but his mic is muted. Okay.
Yes, I'm here. I just need to switch a little bit.
So Christian, first of all, great job on this project. It's really, really nicely done. First question I want to ask you is, what was your biggest struggle with this project?
To be honest, the feature generation itself. There was so much to do, because you can read out for, when they fought, how they fought, and adding up all of these accounts and checking what's win, what's draw wasn't clear. So for me either, because I'm not such a UFC fighter, and getting these features out was, I think, the toughest part.
Yes, I remember my days. Also, I think Bogdan corrected this in the beginning. Feature engineering was not something natural for us.
Yeah, it's especially in this case when you open and you see 100 100 features right in front of you. And I think the tricky part also was like you have this blue fighter and red fighter, so you had to join on names and group by name. So that was very that was tough project for feature engineering, and Christian did a great job handling all those features.
Another question I want to ask you is, after this experience of making all those features, and I think this final project I feel definitely challenging for you. What let's say are the most important lessons you learned?
Asking the right questions, or at least going really through the data itself, so that you understand what you're talking about. Because only then you can make a consecutive story, a nice story in the end.
And the final question I want to ask you: if you would do the project again, would you do anything different, or would you think you'd have done the same?
Hard to tell, but I guess probably the same, because I really like the project, because I'm also kind of a boxer myself, and yeah. And if I had more time, I would probably talk more about it. So more time would be nice.
Yeah. So we encourage you to continue working on it. Just to keep it, as your home project, to contribute to it from time to time and see how it goes. Maybe, you will be able to use, maybe you will find some really good insights for UFC and find a new way to probably or report the data, or, make UFC even more interesting.
Okay, thanks for the suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Christian, for your time. Really great job overall, and I hope to speak with you another time. For now, however, we have to move on to our second project, winning project. And
is it already?
Sorry, second winning project.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he couldn't come. And that is Stefan with the banking marketing data set. And for me, this one is, I would say, what you would expect from a professional data scientist. Like the data analysis part, how deep he went with the data analysis is very thorough. There's no question he didn't let open. He really went very, very deep with the data analysis and really took the time to understand the data completely. And if you really need a sample project where you can say, hey, how do I go very deep with my data? This will be a project that I recommend. And for this, for us especially, data analysis is one of our biggest important factor in this competition. And the questions he answered is amazing. They're not only like, oh, let's explore a single variable. No, he looked at the variable. He asked, okay, here's some weird numbers. Let's go deeper. It's really, really going deep into data to understand completely. And this is a very, very long notebook. We won't have time today to really cover the amount of analysis this person has done. I'm gonna just showcase his report, because he also provided a report for this. And he warned us actually in the presentation that this is a small teaser, and he wasn't wrong. The amount of analysis is very thorough. And for this, for us, also the modeling quite good. Really, I think like at that point, in the moment you export your data so well, modeling becomes then very easy, because you understand your data completely, and therefore you know how good you can model your model. And for this, it deserved a place in the winning spot. So Stefan, good job. Unfortunately, couldn't be here. And the final project we're gonna go show today, our final winner, are Bianca and Bernhard, and they did an amazing job, and they talked about air pollution prediction in Basel. And before I invite them here for an interview, I want to talk about certain things why this project stood out. The first thing is the it's not so important per se for this competition, but it's worth noting is that the amount of data they process. So most of the data sets we saw so far were quite small, let's say under 100 megabyte. But Bianca and Bernhard really took a big data set together, and there are a lot of challenges which can arise with such big data sets. Furthermore, this is time series data, which we haven't covered. So time series data is like where you have also time you have to take into account, which there's some other things you have to consider when you're modeling, which Bianca and Bernhard perfectly dealt with this. And finally, the amount of analysis is very thorough. Now, on this laptop, I couldn't set up in time, but I can just open the report for today. But the really deep analysis on the time series data, and I think this is professional work. This is really amazing work. Regarding the analysis, regarding the modeling, there's so many stuff here we cannot cover today. But before let's talk with the people themselves who made this amazing project, who can give us a short overview on this. So I would like to invite Bernhard and Bianca here. Hi.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Fine. Very good, thank you.
So I'm very impressed of your project. First of all, why Basel? Why air pollution?
I'm working with unsecured data to predict the environmental impact of products. And we were searching everywhere to find something close to it, and this was the closest we could find to my research topic.
So, have you ever worked with time series data before, or was this a challenge for you guys?
No. I've never worked with it before.
So,
but it looks amazing. Like if it's the first time working with time series, I cannot imagine what would you do after you're 10 times working with time series.
I mean, we don't have any experience with modeling so much. I have a little bit of Python from like years ago, but time series and pandas were completely new, but it sounded interesting.
Yeah. And it was challenging because what we saw in data, you had to consider different timestamps and really sample data correctly to be able to do everything. That was, I think, working with time series is hard by itself, but when you have different timestamps, it's becoming even harder.
Yeah, luckily the data was quite nice, so I had to do a lot of cleaning before.
And it was practice anyway for our data analysis career afterwards.
And also, like modeling was, there was several features that you try to predict, several target features, which was very nice to see. And it's for me, it was very interesting because my first project as data scientist was also similar to what you did. So it's like I know the struggles. I know the struggles of such data. And I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we let you guys go, I really want to understand what were like the big lessons you learned since this is the first time you work with such data. Can you give us like insights? What were some of the things you've learned during this project?
I learned that I should read the GitHub documentation before using it. I never used GitHub before, and I really messed it up quite a lot. It took me quite some hours to really get it to working straight back again. And the other thing is, which is quite difficult, is really work with these large data sets in the end, because then it really takes some time. The training we did, it was very fast, and the computer was fast enough, and now you really have to wait for some things.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw like there was a point that we wanted to recommend you for stochastic gradient. You need to normalize your data.
So
okay,
so the reason why it like had so very bad predictions is because the gradients were exploding. It's an effect which you can read later. And because the gradients were exploding, then no knowledge was passed then through the gradients, and therefore the way to fix that is if you normalize the values, then you would get quite good predictions. So this is just a small thing, but really great job.
And there was another, the feature importance, having so many categorical values. This is also something I want to look in afterwards, but I didn't have the time so much.
For us, this is, I think, very perfect for a portfolio project. You did such a thorough analysis. If you do more, that's amazing. But just so you know, guys, this project is very, very good. And I could say I could not distinguish a professional data scientist or a junior data scientist from this project you've done. So really good job.
Thank you. And thank you for the cool lectures. We've learned a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now we are almost at the end of today's
final session.
For final session. So we want to share our last thoughts for today, or maybe you want to share if you have any questions. Hit us up now, and then we're gonna then say goodbye and close up this I would say course.
Yeah.
But before we get some thoughts from you guys, I want to thank some people. First of all, Bogdan, thank you very much for being part of this journey. It was really amazing. We're working with you, Bogdan. It was hard for both of us, especially sometimes for you after work. It was hard for you. And I really appreciate for not being also a good instructor with me, but also being a good friend during this time.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. And same, you had such this great idea, and I'm really happy that you pushed with that and that we did this. And we as I see, I'm very satisfied to see how many great projects we received. So I think it was a very successful course, and it was a great journey.
I also want to thank two more organizations, and that is my company, Knowcenter. They actually were quite positive about the course. They actually helped me promoting this course, so thank you, Knowcenter. And also I would want to thank AI Austria, which is an NGO which pushes AI for whole Austria, and they also helped us spreading the message of our course. So I want to thank both organizations for helping out. And I want to say one more thing about. Oh yeah, okay. I think that's it for now, because there's a question which talks exactly about this. So first question from Bernhard: will there be a follow-up course? So Bogdan, are you gonna say the news?
Oh,
we are developers.
Yeah. So it's not a course, but yeah, we will. If you want to hear more about us, we will be talking on We Are Developers about shortcomings of deep learning. It will be on the 26th of May. So please tune in, join us, and see what we are going to hear. But regarding like a course, like in this format, maybe, but not like from starting from June. Give us a break, give us time to think what we want to teach, and then we will see. But stay tuned, stay subscribed, and and we will send the news. And if you are in Graz, please always come to our meetup. We can have a beer together, and that's the best place to learn about machine learning. As soon as Corona is over, or at least lockdown is over, we will resume our monthly meetups. So for now, we will have online meetups, but when the situation is better, we will meet in Graz. So stay tuned, come, say hi, drink a beer with us, and we will be very glad to see you.
So Klaus asked, we will get some feedback from you to your project. So I actually saw your project, Klaus. So we will do the following. We will give if you want to get your feedback, I would recommend you just coming to the Q&A sessions, and we will give you feedback there. So just say, oh, okay, we want to, hey Bogdan, Adrian, could you give us a short feedback for my project? Sure, we would then check it on the Q&A session then. So we'll just next time just write it, and if you don't have time to watch it, just write your question ahead of time, and then you can see after the stream our thoughts about your projects. Arno asks, is there a PayPal link for donation? I really like the lessons.
Yeah, there is a donate button in under the video if you're watching us on the Twitch.
Yes, so if you like this course, you can donate, or you can also spread the news, so send to your friends, tell maybe on social media about this course. This is as valuable for us. If you really want to donate, there's a button under the video where it's written donate, and there you can donate if you like to.
And we would really appreciate if you can send us your testimonials so we can put them on the website, like a great course, or that would be very nice.
Yes, so we're gonna write an email afterwards today, and we're gonna talk about this. But yeah, if you really want to help us, a great testimonial from your side and just a big thank you is all that we need from you.
Yeah, but donate button is there.
Donate button is down there. Yes.
Okay.
So for this, we prepared the goodbye. Goodbye video. Okay, time to say goodbye, Bogdan, this time.
Yeah, but we will see. It's goodbye for now, but we will see each other again on ML Graz meetups. You can join us on machine learning on We Are Developers, and you can always write us mail if you are missing us so much.
Yes, I just want to say thank you for just being part of the journey, sticking us to the end, and I want to just say now, thank you very much and goodbye.
Bye.